You've probably noticed, but according to AAA, gas prices are up almost $1 across the country compared to last year. The average price per gallon in Texas is $3.22, with drivers in El Paso paying the most in the state at $3.51. In California, the average price for a gallon of gas is $4.72. That's the highest in the U.S. The nationwide average is $3.52. Every state's average is higher than $3. The FDA now warning parents about powdered infant formula that could be contaminated. The popular powdered brands at issue are from Abbott Nutrition. Reports say 4 infants have been hospitalized and 1 has actually died. The FDA says parents should avoid using formula if the first 2 digits on its code are between 22 and 37 and if the expiration date is April of 2022 or later. The FDA is working with Abbott Labs to begin a voluntary recall. Meanwhile, the FDA says 2 kinds of deodorant are being recalled due to concerns about a cancer-causing chemical. HRB Brands is recalling 4 types of Brute deodorant sprays and 2 types of Sure sprays. Officials are concerned about the presence of the chemical benzene. The recalled items have an expiration date on or before August of 2023. They were sold at H-E-B, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Dollar General stores. The end of 3G cell phone service is almost here. AT&T will phase out of its 3G network starting next week, which means it will impact millions of people with older phones, home alarms, and other services. Consumer reporter John Matarese has an important heads up so you don't waste your money. Texas A&M Athletics announced Thursday that the Reed Arena court will be renamed in honor of national champion and Hall of Fame women's basketball coach Gary Blair. Blair is the winningest coach in A&M basketball history with 443 wins over 19 seasons, leading the women's team. He's one of 3 current A&M coaches to win a natty. The court will be officially named Gary Blair Court on the 24th in a ceremony before A&M faces off against South Carolina.
What do you say to those who say, but how do you coach in high heels?
I'm still getting my job done at the end of the day, and not once have I been hindered in wearing high heels or leather pants, or just if I wanted to wear denim on the bench. Like I said, I'm not the first person to wear heels on the bench, nor leather pants, and nor will I be the last.
And today on Good Morning America, an exclusive interview with Texas A&M women's basketball player development coach Sydney Carter following criticism about her dress and appearance at games, which stirred up conversation on social media. That's coming up this morning at 7 following Good Morning Texas.
A report by the International Council of Nurses says the U.S. will be short 13 million nurses within the next 8 years if the trend of folks getting out of the industry continues.
Stress and burnout from the past 2 years of the pandemic have taken a toll on nurses. And 25 News reporter Paige live in the newsroom with how one nurse is working through the challenges. Paige?
Hey guys, good morning. Happy Friday. You're exactly right, though. The past few years in the healthcare industry have been anything but easy. However, Megan Marks, a registered nurse at Baylor Scott & White in College Station, says her job is well worth it. As a little girl, Megan Marks remembers sitting at the doctor's office, wide-eyed and in awe of the superhero helping her granny.
She was the one who could always calm me down and ease any of my fears. And then I saw the nurse do that exact same thing for my grandma.
Usually, one would think the then 9-year-old girl had time to figure her career out.
Oh, just call me Barbie.
But then again, usually a 9-year-old girl's choice of toy is Barbie or play makeup.
I took around my little baby medical kit with my stethoscope and would give shots to my family.
As time went on, so did she, attending Texas A&M for nursing.
Being that person for anyone and everyone is exactly what I felt like I was called to do with my life.
It's a step many, like Marks, took during the pandemic.
It's a feeling of just peace.
Despite obvious hurdles, the U.S. saw a nearly 6% increase in enrollment across nursing programs nationwide in 2021.
If you care about people and you love helping people, there's no better profession than nursing.
But that doesn't mean those eager professionals aren't faced with burnout.
Many people, their hearts have just been broken by seeing the death and disability from COVID, and they've just felt they have to go do something else.
The International Council of Nurses reports we could be down 13 million nurses by 2030 if the trend keeps up.
It is emotionally taxing sometimes to take on those patients and to take on those problems for 12 hours.
But for Marks, she says the thought of leaving never crossed her mind.
No matter how hard it is to take care of them and to be there for them, that's going to teach me something that I can learn to be a better nurse.
And now her grandma calls on her to be her superhero all these years later.
Being a resource like that for them is everything that I could dream to be whenever I was young. It's somebody that they look to and are proud of.
Now, Mark says another big reason burnout doesn't cross her mind is because of her support system at Baylor Scott & White. That's her team. Live in the newsroom this morning, Paige Ellenberger, 25 News. Joey, good morning. The word determined just might be an understatement. Between the two of them, they have 5 jobs. Now, hearing this, I had to go to Brian to stop by Royalty Bakes to see how they're able to stay sane, all while doing what they love.
What if I told you on a quiet back road on the outskirts of downtown Bryan, in a 10 by 18 shed, you'd find a fully operating bakery.
As long as you believe in yourself, there's absolutely nothing you can't do.
Meet Tanika Williams and Devarion Guyton,
How much you need? That's fine.
a mother-son duo turned business partners.
Because we went from Thanksgiving, Christmas to almost every day somebody's placing an order.
Tanika had 3 kids, all playing a role in the business.
Everybody has their own job that they're good at. You probably should have.
From making the desserts, to decorating them, to delivering them, each chocolate drizzle and cookie cluster placement, laying the foundation for their future.
We weren't born into money, so we have to come up with a way to make sure that we are able to survive.
As Williams puts the finishing touches on her creations, she's detailed the challenges they face as minority business owners.
I definitely want to make sure I leave something behind so we can break the generational curse.
Because there's no place she'd rather be than in a small shed with walls lined in cookie cutters with her family.
I've never concerned myself with who does not support me. I'm more focused on the ones that do support me and what can I do to keep giving them what they need to keep coming back.
Now, guys, I do have a little bit of a confession to make. The whole time we've been back here, I've been munching on this brownie cookie. It's so good, but I'm not going to leave you guys hanging. I brought you guys some too. So after the show, remind me to give you those.
Oh, I will not forget. Breakfast of Champions. Wake up with us.